Hi everyone, I'm here again, Annalisa or Anna. This is our wrap up for week 5 on mentoring and coaching. Okay, so yes, I have my notes still. They never go away, do they? Okay, first of all, the Student Engagement Award. I want to congratulate Aaron Michelin and Hayley Moore. It's always a very difficult decision. There's a certain criteria that needs to be met, and hence my decision. But I do at the same time want to say that so many of you have made such an invaluable contribution in your own way to not just this last, the unit we're looking at now, but to the whole program, to the whole module. And I thank you very much for that. The engagement has been wonderful. The collegial collaboration has been fantastic. Oh, and I've really enjoyed myself. So there you go. Okay, what did we cover? Well, we covered coaching and mentoring, difference and similarities in the two different terminologies. Often people get them a little bit confused, but I think there are enough resources there for you to differentiate. The skill sets required for these two similar, interrelated, perhaps, skill sets. The relationships between coaches and coachees and mentees, and what you need in terms of skill set to be a good coach or be a good mentor. Now, obviously, as you probably know, there are many programs available to learn, even qualifications on, being a good coach and being a good mentor, and how to identify a good mentor. Now, just on that note there, one of our colleagues posted a quote from a coach that he believed was exceptional, his life coach. And I really do agree with his life coach when he says he doesn't believe in learning disabilities, it's teaching disabilities. Now, what I make of what he means there is that when we're teaching, so when you become a mentor yourself, and some of you have already taken on mentor roles in various capacities, perhaps coaching. But when you take on that mentor role, it's about you reading the person you're wanting to mentor. It's like when I teach, I work very hard to listen to you. Now, my listening, I've had to teach myself to listen through reading your posts. I was not a great advocate of online teaching, but when I was offered to take on one of the units, it was specifically leadership and communication, about 14 years ago, it was a challenge for me. It was to go into something that I really didn't know a lot about, I thought could work, but I wasn't convinced. One of the skills that I learned that was really important is to be able to read and listen to what I'm reading. I'm just going to leave you with that to think about. And I'm not sure, I still have a lot to learn, so I'm not sure yet whether I've 100% with it, but most of the time it's about picking up what a student may really be not coping with. There was one module I was teaching, it's not this one, it's another one, and of course it was a lot of different terminology. It was public policy, actually. Now, if you're an engineer and you take on a public policy module, it's a whole different language. We all know academia. You have the language of engineering, the language of politics, so there's all the technical aspects of the language. And what I picked up, and thank goodness for me that I was correct, was that there was no translation for these terminologies. Now, those of you whose English is not their first language would really understand this. So, obviously, had to work on that. Anyway, that's another story. Let's keep going with this. The poll, I'll just quickly go into the poll. The importance of mentoring and coaching and leadership development. Now, we had 4 who said it had career benefits, 13 better trained and empowered staff, building capacity for future demands, 2 people, 1 thought it was good for retaining talent, and 19 for personal development. Okay, from my personal experience and my personal experience, I suppose, and my work experience has been that mentoring and coaching can benefit all of those. I guess it depends what, for you, for example, what are you looking for? As a mentee, you're looking for someone to coach you. So are you looking for better career benefits? Are you looking for greater capacity to build business, to build business demands, or, improve your performance in the workplace, or, looking to retain talent, or your own personal development? And I guess this is also interrelated with, how do you identify a good mentor? So it's not just identify a good mentor per se, it's identify a good mentor for what you're specifically looking for. And if you're a mentor, to understand what the needs or the desires or the wants of the person who is asking you to mentor them. Okay, important to remember that. Okay, online discussion, the highlights. Who were your role models? So parents, siblings, partners, wives. Biographies, great. Life coaches, supervisors, even a visiting professor, one of our colleagues had said, which was wonderful. And I really enjoyed reading one of our colleagues' posts. She said everyone for her is a mentor, and she uses her own moral compass. You'll know who you are. Her own moral compass, and then following through and moving into those spaces and those areas that she wants to grow and develop in. Everyone is a mentor in their own way. Depends what we're looking at learning. However, I guess in this context, looking at mentors to support and encourage our development within our workplace, and maybe even in our personal development, to become better communicators in teams, just generally from a workplace scenario. As researchers is very important, and we're researchers. So that was it was great to get the diversity, and to be honest, we normally do get a great diversity. And for those of you who feel that you've never had a mentor or a coach, let me say that if you've had anyone at all encouraging you in any part of your life, a friend, some of you mentioned friends too, they are mentors. They have been, albeit not in a formal sense, but in an informal sense, as a person who cares about you, as a person who wants to see you grow and develop. Okay. Having a formal mentor and formal coach is a very different scenario. It's where you want to grow a particular aspect of yourself. Okay, I think we all understand that. So just take on board also, remember, you can identify your own mentor. If you have someone you know or you've met who you think, wow, I could learn so much from that person, that professor, that supervisor, that individual, a friend, could be a family friend, anyone, you'll ask them. Just say, I'm thinking I want to grow and, develop this. You seem to have a lot of knowledge. Would you mind informally mentoring me? Being my mentor, just every now and then catch up for a coffee. I have done this a lot. I used to say I collected mentors because I wanted to learn different aspects of things. And people are normally very, they're honoured actually by it. I'm always honoured if I'm asked to be a mentor, because it's a very responsible position to be in. You're actually supporting someone in their growth, and you're guiding them along the path. And they've asked you to take their hand and guide them to the point, then you let go. It's like when the bird has wings, it flies. Okay, all right. What we learned is obviously great. I hope we have learned this, because these were the outcomes, but awareness on personal and professional development, very important for you, because it's not just about the organisation saying, hey, you know, we've got this course you want to go to. Sometimes you kind of go, well, you know what, I'm going to invest of my own because I love what I'm doing and I enjoy it so much. And it demonstrates your commitment as well. But okay, so understanding that, identify your own mentors. Discussed, aware and analyze the benefits of mentoring and coaching. Okay, and good mentoring and coaching and what you consider that to be. Your own ability to be a mentor. And many of you identified this within your posts, you know, what you believe to be a good mentor, and also what you may have to learn still, and those of you who are already mentoring, you know, it's a growth process, because the mentor learns as much as the mentee. It's like teaching. I learn every time I run a teaching program as much as, if not more, than all of you. How that works, ponder upon and reflect. It's a wonderful experience. I love it. Able to recognise, describe and reflect on your own personal and professional development with relationship to coaching and mentoring. Okay, you know, that's what we've provided. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've thoroughly enjoyed working with you these last 5 weeks. I wish you all the very best. Congratulations again to Aaron and Hayley. And hope I see you again sometime in the future. And go out there and, you know, make the sun rise. Thank you so much. And it's been an honour. Bless all. And stay safe.